Okay, thanks you guys for attending tonight. This is the Next Level Coach to Emerald training Zoom call. We are in day 3 of our Coach to Emerald training group. And I just want to tell you guys, I think you're doing great. It's so awesome to see all of you on this call tonight. And for those of you who are going to listen in, thanks for listening. So if you guys don't have it out, make sure to get out a pen and paper. I'm going to go over some definite things you're going to want to write down, and the pen and paper will help, hopefully. So being that we're all in this Coach to Emerald group, the biggest thing about it is, how do we get new coaches? That's probably the biggest question that we as coaches get. We have another diamond coach on tonight. Christina and Brian are both diamonds. And thanks for coming, you guys. So even as diamond coaches, whatever coach level you are, it's inviting. How do we get new coaches? How do we, stay engaged? How do we keep people interested? How do we reach out? And at the bare bones of that, how do we start the conversation? And that's with inviting. And inviting is so important that Beachbody as a company has deemed it number 1 in its top 3 vital behaviors. Invite. And although it's the most important, it's also the thing that a lot of new coaches have the biggest fear around. And even coaches that have been doing it for a long time, you'll hear them say inviting is their biggest hole in their business, that they don't invite enough. People have a lot of fear around inviting. It can be scary to put yourself out there, and how do you start a conversation? You don't want your friends and family to think that you're selling them. You don't want to come across as pushy, that you're only interested in people's money. It's scary to possibly get a rejection. So tonight we're going to do a big conversation on inviting. And the thing about inviting is that the more you do it, the better you get. And pretty soon you're inviting, you're in the bathroom at the mall and you're inviting the woman next to you, like, oh, hey, you're drinking that Diet Coke. I have Shakeology here. And so that's the goal, is how comfortable can you become in inviting? Because the more it just rolls off your tongue and you're you, the better you'll become at it. So with that said, I want to talk about tonight a 5-step invitation process. And I think that a process is really important, especially if you're a new coach and inviting isn't comfortable to you. It's really helpful to have 5 key points, okay? So before I get into the very first one, there is a pre-qualifying conversation that you have before the number 1 step. And this is, you're looking for green lights, all right? And this starts with, and again, this is going to go around inviting coaches. And so what I want to say is that this whole process, the 5-step process, this is the same process that you can use for customers, but that the end result is just different. You're inviting them to something different, but the process is the same. And we'll go back and talk about that at the end. So I'm going to use Tracy as an example. So Tracy's one of my challengers, and this is the pre-qualifying conversation I would have. And I'm going to do 3 things in this conversation. I'm going to say, Tracy, I'm so excited. You just finished your 21-day challenge. How did it go? Tracy's going to say, oh, it went awesome. I lost X amount of pounds, or it was great. I learned how to portion my food. She's going to have a response, okay? Then I'm going to say, well, gosh, that's awesome. I'm so excited for you and your success, and you sound really motivated. I'm not sure if Beachbody coaching is right for you at this time, but is it ever something that you've considered? Because based on your excitement and how well you did in this last challenge group, I think you would be awesome at it. Okay, so those are I'm asking her how she did. So I'm praising her by her success, and I'm knocking down the walls because I want to have a real conversation about why she's going to be such a great Beachbody coach. And so I'm going to something that she just went through and opening up the doors. So then that leads me to the first step, which is actually inviting her. Is Beachbody coaching something you've ever considered? Because I think that you would be awesome. And they're going to say one of 2 things. Either they're going to say, no, it's not. or I don't know if I'd be good at that. Or they're gonna say, actually, yeah, I was considering signing up for coaching, which is like, woohoo, move forward to step 5. But for the sake of this conversation, we're gonna go with the 99% rule, which is Tracy's probably gonna say something like, I don't know, I'm not sure if I'd be good at it, I don't know. Regardless of what that answer is to that question, regardless of what it is, you go to step 2. And step 2 is the bridge. It's essentially the binding on the book that holds the rest of the steps together, okay? Step 2 is ask the questions, and the questions that I'm about to give you focus around the 3 vital behaviors. So I'm gonna go to step 2, so questions. So Tracy, do you plan on continuing with Beachbody products or Shakeology? 9 times out of 10, they say yes. I'm gonna assume she says yes. Question number 2, have you been sharing your success on social media or Facebook, Instagram? Yes or no? Have people noticed your results? Yes. Okay, that's awesome. Question 3, are you open to learning new things? Oh, sorry, Christina, you have a question? I'm unmuting you. Go.
You're just going so fast, I can't write that fast.
Okay, sorry. All right, so thanks. So we're on step 2, that's fine. I'll keep you unmuted. And okay, so I asked her, do you plan on continuing with Beachbody products or Shakeology? And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna answer yes. Then I asked them, have you been sharing your success? And most of them do, they're sharing on social media, woohoo, I lost weight, I love the 21-day fix, the food is awesome, I get to chow down, I get to exchange a glass of wine for a yellow, and people are responding, okay, so normally they're sharing. And then the other question that you ask them as a part of step 2 is, are you open to learning new things? All right, so number 1, I've said, is Beachbody coaching something you have ever considered? I think you would be awesome, and you'd be a great asset to my team. They're gonna answer, no, I haven't. I don't know if it's a good fit. And then I go into number 2, step 2. Well, let me ask you some questions. So I ask the questions. They give me the answer. So that leads me to, well, based on what you just told me, you're already doing the 3 vital behaviors of a successful Beachbody coach. You're inviting, you're proof of the product, and you're already open to personal development, and those are the 3 top things that make up a great Beachbody coach. Would it be okay if I send you a video, a short video, to explain more about Beachbody coaching? Would you be open to watching a video? And they're gonna say yes. Or maybe they say no, but for the sake of this, let's say they say yes. So that's step 3. You send them the video, a business presentation video. And I'm gonna go back at the end of this to talk about where you guys find that to make sure you know. So you send the video. Step 4, follow up. I follow up with her. I'm like, and hopefully you're on your follow-up game. And that's, if I send you a video now, do you want to watch it with me now? Or are you going to watch it tomorrow? And I'm going to follow up with her. So the next day I'm like, hey, Tracy, did you have time to watch that video? What did you like about it? And did that video show you how coaching can allow you to help others on their health and fitness path like I helped you? Did you learn something about, by watching that business presentation? And then based on what they say, I end with the question of, after watching this video, do you think you would be a good fit for Beachbody coaching? Now, there's a specific reason I ask it that way. I don't ask, do you think Beachbody coaching would be a good fit for you? I ask, do you think you would be a good fit for Beachbody coaching? Because most people, we're human, and we have these egos, and we have these little people in our heads where, we want to be good. We want to be a fit. Like, I'm a good fit for Beachbody coaching. When my upline asked me, because I told Ellen, who was my upline, I told her for 4 months I didn't want to be a coach. And I remember the day she said, you know what, maybe it's not a good fit for you. And I was like, what? And I swear that's what got me. I'm like, that is a good fit for me. I could be good. And I'm like, fine, I'm going to do it. And so that for me, you know, for everybody, it takes something, it's something. But for me, that was it. So I do specifically formulate that question. Do you think Beachbody coaching, you would be a good fit for it? All right. So they say, yeah, I think this is something I like to try. What's left? You know, how do I do this? And that takes me to step 5. All right. So if you've made it from step 1 to step 5, step 5 is helping them to enroll. Okay. This is a big one. This is, we explain how the sign-up process goes. And with that, that means we're explaining the value of signing up as a coach, that their next Shakeology is going to come at 25% discount, like they saw in the video. We're explaining the $15.95 a month fee, the business fee, and what comes along with that. And then we're explaining their options. The options of, you can enroll, let's say they've already done a challenge pack. So if you've already done a challenge pack, you enroll for $39.95 and you can get that back because you've already purchased a challenge pack. Or let's say they haven't done a challenge pack and you explain that if you enroll them with a challenge pack, their $39.95 fee is waived when they sign up as a coach, right? And you're going over the challenge pack costs. And at that point in the conversation, I'm talking about, you know, a lot of new coaches will say, well, what kind of challenge pack should I sign up for? I don't know what to do. And I advise new coaches, well, are you more interested in the exercise part of it or the nutrition part of it? Because when you come out of the box as a new coach, it's good to be having some involvement in the product that you're promoting for that first challenge group. So you're talking about challenge packs and how to enroll them. Okay, you're helping them enroll. Helping them enroll, once you get past that, how are you going to actually, what are they going to choose as a coach to sign up with? Then you go through actually enrolling them. You can use your Team Beachbody mobile app in your online office, which is an awesome app, and I'm going to talk about that when we're done with this part of it. Or you can sit, and I've done this, I would say 90% of the time, you sit with them on the phone and walk them through the sign-up process. Go to the website with them, help them enroll, because the Beachbody website isn't always intuitive, and you want to make it easy as possible for your new coach to go through that process and not get lost and frustrated along the way. The more you can handhold them or make that process seamless, the faster your coaches are going to enroll. So Team Beachbody mobile app is my new favorite. Or getting on the phone the old-fashioned way, or maybe you're in a situation where they can come to your house or you can go there and sign them up type of thing. But I vote for Team Beachbody mobile app for sure. And so those are the 5 steps. I'm going to unmute you guys right now. Okay, you're all unmuted. So I did go through those pretty fast. Does anybody have a question about hi Michelle, about the actual 5 steps? No. Miss Christina?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
You're limiting to about these 5 steps, right? So no.
Okay. So let's dial back. So within those 5 steps, I talked about sending a business presentation. My question to all of you would be, are all of you enrolled in Platinum Presenters? And do you know how to send the business presentation link? No.
So, Jen,
Yeah.
Jen, that's a video done by Christina.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's your feeling on sending a video done by another coach to your potential coach explaining the business and not doing one yourself?
That's a good question.
What's your opinion?
As a brand new coach, I was never worried about that. Maybe ignorantly so. I've never been worried about that. Because I feel that by the time I'm having a conversation with a new coach, like for example, Patricia, I think I sent her that exact presentation. I feel that I've established enough of a relationship that they're not going to be like, oh, hey, this Christina girl looks super cool, and I'm going to go sign up with her. I've never had that worry. We also have a business presentation in Team Play Hard done by Alan DeWard that you can send also. Or, as Brian brings up, you could, although I think as a brand new coach, it's really overwhelming. You could do your own business presentation for sure.
So let's say you're a brand new coach and you're going to send either Ellen's or you're going to send Christina's. What is your recommendation on preferencing sending that video? I mean, how would you present it to them? Just say, you know, this is a lead, this is another coach, or how would you preference that?
So when I send that video, I say, here's a short little video explaining the business. And there are two types of business presentations in Platinum Presenters. There's one directed just towards fitness professionals, and there's others for, hold on a minute.
10 minutes.
What?
10 minutes.
I know, but I just upgraded tonight. Hold on one second. So there's other, hold on. There we are. There's a straight up presentation, and I preface it with, this is from one of the founding coaches, and it does a great job of explaining what the business is about. And I follow that up with the Team Beachbody mobile app from my business. Does everybody know how to get to their Team Beachbody mobile app?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. All of you do. That's awesome.
Bother me.
That's great. Perfect. Okay.
Getting to it and using it are different things.
I know. I only use it through my website. I don't use it through my phone. But I have an iPhone, and people who have the Android don't have a problem with it at all. Alicia's shaking her head.
I have an iPhone, and I have a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a Droid, but I've never used it. I mean, I have it, and I've hooked up free people, free memberships through it, but I haven't ever signed up a coach using it.
So it's great. I definitely. I'm trying to hold on. I'm still here, you guys. Christina, ask your question. I can answer you.
That wasn't a question. I was just making the statement that I have an Android, but I have never used my mobile app to sign up a new coach.
Oh, I've done it all the time. I'm making sure that they don't cut us off right now.
Hey, Fuji, real fast.
Yeah.
There's many people that may watch this video that don't know how to find the mobile app, so explain it as quick as you can.
The mobile app is found in your back office under Sales and Marketing, and you go down to Marketing Tools, and you hit Marketing Tools, and right under Marketing Tools it says Coach Mobile App. And it's really easy. It's super self-explanatory. There's literally 3 steps, and it's amazing. I've signed up my last, I think, 5 coaches that way. I'm almost done with them not kicking us off. Tia, tell them what you did with your marketing today on the 3 preview questions. Okay, great. I upgraded. Woohoo! I'm so excited. I upgraded before the meeting, but they didn't count it. Little buttholes. So I was going through the meeting tonight with Amira and Tia, and they're both, Amira's on her way getting Emerald status back, and Tia is an Emerald going for Diamond. But I was going over the meeting with them, and right afterwards, Tia used the preview of the preview questions for one of her social media ads saying, how is your current workout program going? Are you happy? You know, go ahead, tell them, T.
Oh, I was just going to use your three first questions of like inviting and considering being a Beachbody coach and that type of thing. And then if so, basically say like, if you think it's right for you, blah, 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 you know, reach out to me, like type of thing.
Yeah, so I just think that that whole process, you can convert all of those steps to inviting customers also. So who here has customers that they've talked to about coaching? How's it going, Alicia? How are you doing it?
Well, I actually just talked to my upline about that last night because I was like, I don't know, because I think I watched one of your videos earlier when I very first started, and it was saying how to invite and not to overload people with information. And so I was like, okay, well, how do I invite to coach without overloading with information? But already, I mean, that makes a lot more sense how you kind of, the way to go about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it can be because it's also like for us as coaches, and you know, my coaches are constantly saying, I don't know how much to tell them and how little to tell them. And so really it's just dialing everything down and asking them those basic questions of, do you like the product? Have you been sharing your progress? And are you open to learning new things? And yes, and that's amazing, because essentially at the end of the day, as Beachbody coaches, that's what we do. We help other people do what I helped you do. And the best part is you get a discount.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, Patricia asked me, was boxing with me today, and she brought up a really good point that a lot of new coaches have. And her point was, you know, I'm really nervous to start adding coaches right now because I'm not ready to be a diamond. I'm not ready to be a leader. I'm not ready to be a Jen Fuji or an Alan or a Brian or a Christina. I'm not ready to be a Jen Embers. And I remember thinking that early on too. Like, Jen Embers had all this tech savvy knowledge that I am, like, I like to tease her. I use chalkboard and chalk, and she pulls out her hair. But, you know, you don't have to be able to run a diamond dynasty to sign up coaches. It really is just sharing what Beachbody is and learning along the way. And as long as you reach out to your uplines and those steps and processes that are already in place for you guys, you will be fine, because there is someone on the other end willing to help you with your newfound coaches and show you the way.
Hey, you guys, that's what I tell my team all the time, is that we have such a strong, supportive upline that really, I mean, what it comes down to, what you guys need to do is invite and follow up. Hard has all the opportunities, all the training, all the information is there, and all the support is at your fingertips. You don't have to worry about trying to do it all yourself. You just have to invite and follow up and rely on the upline to help.
Right. And the other thing is for those of you new coaches who do have existing customers, I would, you know, your homework tomorrow is going to be surrounded around reaching out to those existing customers and inviting them to learn about how they can save on their current product. Like, everybody wants to save money. Like, just start with that. You know, one of the most recent national wake-up calls, they threw out a statistic that 70% of all diamond coaches started out as customers and discount coaches. Like, that's a staggering number. So, you know, it doesn't have to be this, hey, come be a business leader and come do this. How about just save 25%? And then I leave it at the end. Let's say when they do sign up and they're clearly signing up for the discount, I always end that conversation with, you know, there is a business opportunity to be had here. And when you're ready, I'm going to venture more into that conversation with you. And I normally do that about a week later. I follow up and I ask them if it's okay if I can put them in a new coach training or some other thing that we have going on as a team. But right now it's all about being able to talk about how to get people signed up as coaches so you guys can rank advance to Emerald. Let's see, what else did I want? What about, I put a video up the other day, you guys, about cycle bonus.
So this call would be for you.
Hello? Oh, who's that?
Nope.
Oh, they muted. So does anybody have any specific questions about cycle bonus? Good. That's great. So I'm going to leave you with this, you guys. That when you are signing up your new coaches, remember that and I'm going to go through this later in the week on our training, we have legs. We are the top of our body, and we have a right leg and a left leg. And to become an Emerald, just like in that video, you need a coach on one leg and a coach on the other leg, and they both need to be active. So when you're signing them up, you want to make sure that your leg preference is set in your online office, that you have the email to customer service at beachbody.com, and you know how to send a coach placement request change within the first 72 hours of signing up a coach. So let's say your leg preference is set to the right leg, and you signed up a coach today and you sign up a coach right again tomorrow, and you forgot to change your leg preference. It's fine. You just need to email Coach Relations, and in the subject line, put coach placement request, state your name with your coach ID, and you just signed up Bob Rockstar, going to be my next diamond coach, and I would like him placed on my left leg. And that will do the trick. You have 72 hours, 3 business days to do that. All right. I managed to not get us kicked off. All right, any last questions before we conclude this? Yes, Christina.
Sorry, can you run through that just real quick, one more time? You can send an email to change the coach placement on a coach within 72 hours. Send an email to coachrelations.com.
I've always sent my email to customer service. I'm going to check in my phone right now just to make sure I give you guys the right information. I've always sent it to customer service at beachbody.com.
At beachbody.com?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's my understanding that we can be proactive in regard to placement of people under us, that we can go into the coup and state that we want the next person to go to the left or the right. Is that correct? So we are being very proactive. We can do that beforehand without having to send something to Beachbody?
Correct.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you can. That's a really good point. Mm-hmm.
No, that's just perfect. I had just asked Ellen about that and hadn't heard back, but I had a coach who signed someone up on the wrong leg the other night, and I need to get it fixed. So
Right. And I was just talking to one of my coaches earlier today, even though I have my leg preference set to my left leg, I will sign up a coach, and it almost never fails. I'll look in my online office, my sponsorship drill down, and they'll be placed on my right leg, or it'll just be backwards. And so now I've gotten into the habit of, regardless of me having set my preferred placement, after I sign up a coach, I always back that sign up with an email to Coach Relations. Always. You just can't overdot your I's and cross your T's when it comes to placing your coaches on what leg you want them on when you're trying to rank advance or whatever else you're trying to achieve.
And our apologies, we taught P90X until 6:30 tonight, and Michael was doing a rock star job trying to get people signed up for the 21-day fix challenge.
Well, that's a good reason to be late. Good job. All right. Well, I'm going to post homework tonight, of course. It's going to be, the rest of this training is going to be really focused on inviting and converting customers to coaches and inviting them, new customers, in as coaches to sign up right away. Brian, do you have any things to point out that I didn't hit on tonight?
Oh, that's exactly what I want to do with Stephen.
Jen, you might touch on it later this week, but spousal spouse being a coach and where you place them.
Oh, thank you. That's a really good one.
You're going to touch on it later this week. It might be more than this call can handle.
I agree. We will definitely touch on if you sign up your spouse, where to place them. It's very important. There's so many things to go over when you're becoming an Emerald or trying to. Don't lose touch with your upline. When you're signing up a coach, box them, call them, text them, reach out to any one of us, and just make sure, hey, I'm going to put this person here. Does this sound like a good idea? And they might ask you a question that you didn't know and prompt you to do something different. So thanks, Brian.
Now we have a question to ask you.
I think we're
Michael's in the process of signing 2 people up to be coaches under him. And which person would you put on? They're not his spouse. So which side do you recommend that he put them on? Is there a personality type that you recommend to go to one side versus the other, especially if they're both planning to sell? Or
Go ahead, Brian.
It really depends on the individual, because if you're building your business and you're trying to get volume on your weak leg to cycle more, you would put your coach that you think is going to have more volume on that weak leg. But that makes it more difficult for them on their business, because they're not going to get as many coaches added underneath them by other coaches. I don't know if that's over your guys' head or not. So it's, what do you think, Jen?
I think it's a game of chess forever, as long as you're a Beachbody coach. Where you pick coaches is constantly evolving. And, your weak versus your strong leg, I tend to put who I think is going to be a business builder, rock star, involved coach on my weak leg, because I cycle more, like Brian said. But sometimes coaches who you think are going to rock, they don't. And sometimes coaches who you think are going to do nothing pop out of the woodwork and they're amazing. So there's that part. And there's also this, that you need strong coaches on both legs if you're going to go anything above Emerald and you have aspirations of building a business into Diamond and 2-star and 5-star and higher, and really trying to achieve building a team and shooting for those bonus cycles. You need strong coaches on both sides. So I would say in the beginning, go with your gut. Who's going to be more of a business builder? Place them on your weak leg. Who's going to be solid but have decent volume? Put on your strong leg. And until you start placing your chess pieces, you don't really know. There's so many things unknown, because it's based on the personality and how they do.
What's weak leg, strong leg? Left, right? You refer to your
weak leg and strong leg. You should watch the video I did. I talk about that, where your strong leg and weak leg is determined by where you are placed in your upline. So, for example, my upline is Ellen. This is good because Brian and I both of our uplines are Ellen, and I am placed on Ellen's strong leg on her right side. So that determines that my strong leg is my right leg and my weak leg is my left leg, but Brian's the exact opposite. Go ahead, Brian.
And that's true. See, I'm on Ellen's weak leg, and so that means my strong leg is my left leg, and my right leg is considered my weak leg.
Gotcha.
So I've got massive volume on my left leg, and then not as much volume on my right leg. So if I go to my back office and I look at my carryover volume, which I think Jen touched on in an earlier video, I have over 30,000 points on my left leg, because I've got everybody below me that's been added, all their volume on that left leg, which I think pretty much includes you, Michael. So that would mean your left leg is your strong leg, and your right leg is your weak leg, I think.
But
you might be under Ellen's second business center.
Here.
Ellen's under me, or Michael's under me on my left side.
Oh, okay.
So just it would depend on what side Connie was on Ellen's.
Yeah, and I think you might be under Ellen. I think Connie might be under Ellen's second business center. So you need to check with Ellen to see where your position's at as far as strong leg, weak leg.
Yeah.
Okay, and that'll identify for me what mine is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. And dang it, I let the cat out of the bag that I hadn't watched your video yet by asking that question.
Oh, it's okay. It happens.
He won. He gets an F.
Crap.
It's okay. You know, the only other thing I want to say about the legs is this, is that you are solely responsible for building your weak leg. Okay, so when you look under your business and you go to your graphical, you have many ways of looking at how your coaches are placed. I use sponsorship drill down. You can also use your graphical genealogy, which gets confusing the more coaches you get. But your weak leg is empty until you get coaches. Your strong leg is helped being built by your upline and coaches above you. So,
Somebody there already.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. That makes sense.
Okay, you guys. So Connie and Michael have their homework cut out for them. They have to watch my videos. And
I think we
all of you who took your time out tonight, I hope this call helped you and it was informative. And the true test of that will be that you're out there inviting and connecting over the next couple of days so that we can push you guys to Emerald by the end of this, okay?
And there's another telephone conference at 8 o'clock tonight?
Alan is doing one, yes.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Hey, Fuji, real quick. Something I heard today about no's.
Yes.
If you only invite 5 people and you get 5 no's, it's 100% no's, and it can be discouraging. The more people you invite, the more no's you'll get, but the more yeses you'll get also. I might have heard that on something you posted. I don't know. I was watching some videos today.
Yeah, don't be discouraged by your no's. No's are just not right now.
Yeah, go for no's.
Yes.
You got to invite to get a no.
Okay, so lots of homework coming your guys' ways in the form of inviting, okay? All right,
Awesome.
thanks. Thanks, you guys. Great job.
Thanks, Jen.
Go Emerald.